Buenos dias. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all why we're laughing in a second, but buenos dias y buenas noches. Thank you for watching us on Sports Live Talk South. I am your host, Miss Paso, and I am joined by blacked out Brit. I'm gonna tell you why we're laughing. We're laughing because I started the whole episode and we were talking for a good 2 minutes when I realized
solid.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, I forgot to hit live, like go live. So, but it's good because you didn't hear me ramble about things that I don't know anything about.
I quite enjoyed it.
It was a good intro. It's all ruined because I forgot to press go live. As you can tell, we are not joined by our lovely Suitie Steinman today because she's out doing spy shit, like always. I feel like this is one of those every first of the month or something, like end of the month is when she's always out doing spy shit.
She is.
Yeah.
We do know where she's at though, but we don't normally know where she's at, but we know where she's at today.
Salute to Soldier, salute to Robert, and salute to Across the Pond. Thanks for joining us. And I will be hitting that black and silver when we get to that part, because you already know that was the game. I have a lot to say. All right. So
I think everyone's just here to see how mentally unstable I am right now.
Oh, and that's where it's gonna get. I'm like saving that for the mid portion of the show because we need to hear from you. We need to hear from
you. No, I don't think anyone does.
Oh no, we do. But we do. All right. So what are you drinking today, Brittany? Since you're blacked out.
Oh, Whataburger fries.
What? Do you have the spicy ketchup?
Duh.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, that's what you're drinking. You're drinking the spicy ketchup. I feel like they don't give you enough spicy ketchup. Are you a triple? Huh?
I am a dip, bite, dip, bite, dip, bite. So double, triple, quadruple, all the bites. Every bite has ketchup.
Nice. I am a one dipper. I can't double dip for whatever reason. I think it's out of habit. When you have a big family, you can't double dip. Yeah. Then people get pissed off at you. They're like, what did you do to the salsa? Like, my bad.
Oh, yeah. I didn't have salsa a lot growing up. Only when we went to Chi-Chi's.
Oh, Chi-Chi's was at my grandma's house every day. That's what we did. So I am drinking Houston's finest water.
Ooh, did you boil that?
No, I did not. I did not boil it. So hold on, let me take a sip because I haven't drank any water all day.
Is it
so lovely?
Vodka and water?
No, it's legit just water. So for those who don't know, the city of Houston went under a boil water notice for pretty much a day and a half. So it started off Sunday at 7 and it just got lifted this morning around 7 o'clock in the morning. Well, 7 o'clock in the morning. Our water pressure got low. Apparently they said the water wasn't contaminated. They were just making sure that they passed TCEQ standards. But let me tell you, a girl was stressing out because I was like, I'm not boiling water to drink it. And I only had 4 bottles of water left. And I thought if I go to work, I can't tell you where I work, but I was like, if I go to work, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to have all the water I want to drink. And I did not. They gave me 1 bottle of water and I had to just suffer for the rest of the day.
They only gave you 1 bottle of water?
They rationed it out and they were like, you just get 1.
You could have just gone to one of the schools. They had like containers full of water for school kids.
Man, I was struggling. Yes. It's lead at its finest. This is how you get good teeth and great skin. People ask me what my secret is. It's water. This water.
Contaminated water.
Oh. It serves you well. You'll never get sick. Your skin glows. Maybe it's because of the iron. I don't know. But it is what it is. All right. Well, salute. Cheers. Cheers. All right. Now it's time for a fact check against the glass.
I don't want to be part of this.
Oh, you're going to be a part of it. Today's topic is best rivals. And we're going to get to rivals very soon in the next probably like 10 minutes. And this is where Brittany's going to lose her shit, and I can't wait.
You're lucky I'm here.
Come on, y'all. Give her some love so she can stay, but it's about to get crazy. Yes.
Is it?
All right. I'm going to start with my fact. My fact is Adidas versus Puma. So not many people know that the brand name Adidas is a combination of the name of its creator, Adi Dassler, and his brother, Rudy, who co-owned Dassler Brothers Shoe Company in 1920s in Germany. But a disastrous falling out during the war set the brothers against each other. In 1948, the brothers split their company into two, Rudy calling his Puma, while Adi launched Adidas. The companies built their factories on opposite sides of the town. Herzog, I can't pronounce it, but it's like Herzog something, which became extremely divided. You either were Team Puma or you were Team Adidas, never both. And Puma wearers were hesitant to marry or associate with Adidas wearers. It's almost like the iPhone and Androids, I feel like. So the brothers both died in 1970s, and they were buried on the opposite side of the same cemetery, and they never got to see their companies pretty much bury the hatchet one day and engage in a friendly game of soccer.
Okay, I always thought Adidas stood for All Day I Dream About Soccer.
Well, no. It pretty much ended up becoming an acronym, but no, it was because of Adid and Rudy. Is that crazy?
That is, I'm glad I showed up for that fact check because I had no idea that they were brothers. No.
Yeah. So it makes me even more proud to be wearing Pumas. I love Pumas. Those are like my favorite. And I love Cortez too, but I love Pumas more.
I like them all.
Oh, yay.
I have Pumas. I have Adidas. I'm an equal opportunity shoe employer.
No, you're not, because you wouldn't wear Skechers.
I have Skechers.
Do you really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Costco, man.
Okay. I take it back.
They got memory foam.
You got New Balances?
Hell yeah, that's what I work out in.
Yeah, me too. They're not for old people.
So I either do New Balance or Asics for workout. And it used to be Asics were expensive, and now all these kids are thinking like the dad shoe's cool. So they started buying New Balance again. Now they're expensive.
Right.
But
well, obviously Adidas is making way more money than Pumas, but I hope that changes soon.
I wonder what that is.
What? Or why they got into a fight?
No, I can understand that, brothers. But what the margins are differently, for the business side between Adidas and Puma. Because either way, they were both making a shit ton of money.
Hell yeah. But Adidas had Kanye at one point. So you know that margin had to have been really big at the time that they launched Yeezys.
Yeah, but they were selling them for cost, and then it was everybody else that would get them at cost that would sell them. So they weren't really making the profits. Like, you know what I mean? Like Nike releases the Jordans, and then everybody buys them, and then they sell them.
Right.
So Nike's not making that profit, but they control the market.
I would love to see a movie about this.
Let's do one. Right?
Who's going to be, I'll be Rudy and you be Adi?
Sure.
All right, cool.
Yes.
Yes. All right. What's your fact check?
I would have talked about it last week, but I don't want to really bring it up.
You don't want to bring up your fact check that you had last week before the infamous game?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. All right. So you
Oh, someone said Puma had Kardashians. Great.
Okay, then I'm going back to Adidas.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if Kardashians have Puma, I'm definitely going back to Adidas.
So my fact check was obviously about the biggest rivalry in all of sports, which was talked about all weekend, that I really don't want to bring up because I'm just happy to be breathing today and not in jail or in rehab.
All right. You got to tell us what
I
it
don't
was.
have to, well, I think everybody knows now. The game.
The
The
game.
game.
Was there any more history that goes along with that?
Yeah, it's so full of it. So basically, the two coaches, Woody Hayes and Ocean Bunker, they hated each other so much, which I loved. I absolutely love teams that hate each other because there's no mutual respect. Like, you just go out there and you want to absolutely destroy them, which is how I view every single game and every single competition. Like, if I'm playing Yahtzee with you, I'm there to like absolutely destroy you. I'm not there for a friendly game. I want to win.
Yeah.
I'm competitive.
Okay.
So anyways, they were two arch rivals that just created this madness between Ohio State and Michigan. And I mean, you went to school there, so you kind of understood the rivalry, right? Well, people are like, oh, I know, but you were in the general area, and you were also still in the Big Ten, so you knew what everything rivaled on. But it is, these teams have clocks in their locker rooms that count down to like the game day for that. Like, there's a specific set of, what's the word? Things in their locker rooms that are just always constantly like on your ass. That fine, we have this whole year, but there's only one game that matters. That's it. This whole season for me, great. Does it matter anymore? No, it doesn't. It's the worst fucking year ever. Just like last year. We could have been, I mean, we won every game. Who gives a shit? We didn't win the game, so it doesn't matter. Like, it just doesn't matter.
And then it was at home.
Shut up. And the worst part about it is it was 22 years since Michigan won there.
Oh, Soldier is hilarious. All right.
Why would you put that up for me to see?
All right, you know what? I'm going to move on because we're going to get back to it. All right, so let's talk about the NFL. This is, I think, week 12. Let me tell you right now that I had Josh Jacobs in my fantasy league, or in my fantasy team, and he did not disappoint. That boy came in the biggest way. So Raiders 40, Seahawks 34. And because Soldier asked for it, here we go. And I feel like maybe this is something I need to do every time we win, because maybe we'll win the next game. Ready?
I think you have to do it every time.
Wear the black, don't get in our way. We wear the silver, we wear the black. You better listen to what we say. We rock the stadium with all our might. That is what we do. We wear the silver, we wear the black, or we'll be coming after you. Huh?
You. I love it.
All right, so Josh Jacobs wasn't sure if he was going to play this Sunday until 2 hours before kickoff. He finished the franchise single game records with all-purpose yards, 303 and 229 rushing yards. He also became the fourth player in the Super Bowl era to finish with at least all of that and 2 touchdowns in this game. He's joining a lot of prestigious players with this. And here's the Debbie Downer of this whole thing. He's going to be a free agent this offseason due to the Raiders declining the option. What DF? What do y'all in the comments think is going to happen to Josh? You think he's going to stay with the Raiders, or you think he's going to move on? Because he had a 4-year contract before this. Brady, what do you think?
I think he's just dipping his toes out there, but he'll stay with the Raiders.
Yeah. I hope he stays with the Raiders. I really do. All
I'm just
right.
trying to be
Huh?
I'm just trying to be positive for you.
You know what? As long as the Raiders exist, it's always a positive for me. Win or
Yeah,
lose.
I wish I had your attitude.
You should have gone to Michigan State. That's how you get this type of attitude.
Who gives a shit?
You're like, you know what? As long as we still have a team, that's all that matters. If we win at least one game in the season, that's all that matters. If we win homecoming, even we can lose homecoming, and I'm just like, oh well. It's like, well, it's Michigan State. It's the Spartans. If we go far, we party hard. If we lose, we party hard. Doesn't really.
You're like, as long as there's 12 people that show up, I'm fine.
Yep, we're always fine. All right. I'm a Cowboy hater, but I decided to recap this Cowboys game. Why? Because they beat the Giants 28-20. And I was like, yeah, they won. But the real conversation is now about OBJ. Will OBJ be going to Dallas? Everybody is saying that's possible. And then today they released defensive end Terrell Basham. But people are saying that it's not for OBJ, but maybe it's Tyrone Smith, maybe it's James Washington, but the signs are really kind of pointing to Tack McKinley, who was pretty much the first round pick for the Falcons, and he got on the practice squad, and then I can't even read my notes now. Anyways, he pretty much is now playing for the
that
Cowboys.
Water.
It is
contaminated water.
God dang it! It is contaminated. I knew it. That's what I'm gonna say. Every time I mess up, I'm like, it's the water.
It's the water.
Well, anyways, Dallas made him inactive, and pretty much, I think now they might put him in that slot. But again, people are saying it might be OBJ. Jerry Jones is like, hey, I'm still messing with OBJ even after he got kicked off the plane. It doesn't matter. So yeah, Cowboy fans, whatever, you won. I don't care. But what are your thoughts, Brittany?
On OBJ?
I think Cowboys and OBJ.
I mean, okay, so if the Cowboys get OBJ, I just feel like that just goes to show what a team they are. I don't think he's going there.
I don't think so.
They like the showman. They like to, be America's team, and I don't think he's going there. I don't like the Cowboys. It's not a big secret, but I do obviously I like Zeke because I'm a college football first, and I'm going to always support those who made me happy in certain years. Unlike this year. I don't like anybody on the team this year. So, but no, I mean, I don't think he's going to go.
There's only thing I like about the Cowboys, and that's their seat.
And it's so much drama with him. Like,
OBJ. I mean, come on, the dude couldn't even. Okay, so anyone who didn't hear this, I mean, it was all over the place. OBJ was sitting in a plane. It was getting ready to depart. They asked him to put his seatbelt on. Apparently, he was in and out of consciousness, although he said he was fine and that people blew it up to be something that it wasn't. They had everybody get off the plane, and they brought in security and was like, wake this dude up, get him out this damn plane. Oh boy walked out with security, and he boarded the next plane, and that was the end of it. But everybody said, this might have jeopardized a lot of different contracts that were on the table because it's the type of stunts that he usually gets into. But I'm just like, okay, so bro probably took an Ambien and was like, I'm tired and I want to go to sleep. I don't know. Is it that big of a deal?
I mean, just buckle his damn seatbelt for him.
That girl, believe me, I would have been like, oh baby, I got you.
Let me just reach on over.
Yeah, somebody next to him could have done it. I'm bringing Eric
at the same time. You get on, you sit down, and you put your seatbelt on. Everybody, no one's entitled to. No, I don't. Thank you for throwing that in my face. Everyone's entitled to act how they want to act, but they can't go anywhere if you don't do certain things, and you're not any more special because you have a gazillion $1 million for acting like a dickhead and being able to catch a football.
Right.
Sorry. No.
Wise words by Brittany. All right. let me bring Eric onto this because this is perfect timing. Hello.
Hello, how are you guys?
Great. Okay, so I only got 3 more things to do. Or
No.
2 more things on the agenda before we get down to how we can make some money with Raging Wagers. So Ohio State,
No.
3, Michigan, 45. Let me tell you, I'm going to keep this really brief because I know Brittany's not happy about this, but I was like, what the fuck? And I'm using those words because it was really like, what the fuck? I decided, well, I didn't decide. My Michigan friends told me I couldn't watch the game with them. So, because they were nervous that they were going to lose. And obviously I would have been the person to kind of throw it in their face. So couldn't watch it with them. So I stayed home, decided I wasn't going to watch it at all because it was probably going to be stupid. So the first quarter I check in and I'm like, okay, whatever. It's like 10-3 or something crazy. And then at the half I look again and I'm like 17-10. I was like, okay, what's going, or it was
1917.
1917. Then I was like, okay, wait, there's a real game happening. But again, I'm not watching it. Third quarter, it was only 1 touchdown, right? By like, I think Michigan. And then the fourth quarter went ham. I was like, what is happening? And then there was the finale. Eric, what were your thoughts? Because Brittany doesn't
Cool.
have
Great recap. Great. And next topic.
There was just some big plays that went off script. They have projection lines out, and the projection lines are if they face each other again in the playoffs, it's going to be a pick'em game. So I wouldn't put too much real estate in it. Ohio State got a little conservative with their playing call. Michigan broke off some big plays.
Big time.
Is what it is. I mean, if USC loses to Utah on Friday night, Ohio State's back in it, so it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, I was actually rooting for Notre Dame the other night, but they let me down too. So
it was a tough time. All right. Moving on, World Cup. US won today against Iran, and they play on Saturday against the Netherlands at 9 a.m. We are all looking forward to that, especially myself, because there's nothing better than drinking a mimosa and watching soccer or any type of brunch drinks.
Sports, just sports in the morning with booze.
I have the rest of the day to do whatever I need. All right, quick celebrity gossip. We talked about the Kardashians, so I guess really quickly, we found out that Kylie no longer is endorsing Pumas, which is fabulous. So I'm back on the Puma team. Kanye and Kim are now divorced. In the divorce, she gets $200,000 a month in child support. Makes no sense for me. Like,
why?
Kids. I don't know, but she got $200,000 a month for child support. They had a prenup, so there's no spousal support that's going to happen, and pretty much there's no problems with like the properties and things like that. So it looks like they are separate. They are finalized. It got finalized. Their divorce. Will Smith went on Trevor Noah's show, and pretty much he apologized about the slap, kind of, and said, I was going through some things that night when I slapped Chris Rock, and also come, see my movie that's coming out soon. It's called Emancipation. Very fitting for a person who's looking to get out of the slap pandemic thing that happened to him. Portia Williams, who's on Real Housewives of Atlanta, just got married to this guy named Steinman. She was previously married to Cordell Stewart. She is famous for not knowing where the Underground Railroad is. And her grandfather.
It's just fucking embarrassing.
Pretty much. Yeah. I wanted to just throw her in there because she was married to Cordell Stewart. And lastly, this is just something that I noticed. Has anyone ever looked at Nick Cannon's baby names, like his 11 kids? Have you?
No.
Well, no, nobody has. So I'm just going to say them really quickly. And I thought a great challenge would be to make a sentence out of his kids' names, which I think can happen. You ready? Yeah. So there's Zen, Powerful Queen, Moroccan Scott, Monroe, Legendary Love, Golden, Zion Mixodylion, Zillion Hair, Onyx Ice Coal, Beautiful Zeppelin, Rise Messiah.
He has a kid named Hare.
Like
Zillionaire.
HAIR or
HHEIR.
Okay.
Zillionaire.
That's a kid's name?
Yeah, the kid's name, the first name is Zillion, middle name is Hare.
That right there is a sign of when people should be automatically get vasectomies. Right there. Right there. What is that?
Okay, so the thing, yeah.
I should have wrote those down to make a sentence, but basically.
Well, next week.
I'll come up with it.
Next week she'll have a sentence, but pretty much in short, he has all these kids because he said that when he meets a woman, obviously he wears a condom, but when he realizes that she could be a great mother and she's a fabulous person, he decides that this is the person he wants to have unprotected sex with. And obviously it results in having a child, which he says that the women also want to have children. So it's kind of a win-win situation. He gives them a gift and they receive the gift and they're happy with their babies. He's also said that he doesn't, well, I mean, it came out that he doesn't really pay child support. And that's because he only gives his gifts to women who can financially take care of themselves and the kid. So if you can't do either one, then he doesn't really want to have you as a baby mama.
What an absolute dirtbag.
I just Googled it. It says he's paying $3 million in child support payments every year.
Well, that's 11 kids. Well, so the first one, Zen, unfortunately passed away when it was an infant. So he has 10 kids. So 3 million divided by 10 is what? 300,000?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A year?
Yep.
Well, I mean, shit, 300,000. I could make that work.
Divided by 12? Because that's every month, right?
3 million a year. How many kids does he have?
10.
So that's 300,000 a year divided by 12.
Well, the twins, he probably doesn't pay anything because she's worth fucking 1,000 million times more than he is.
Oh, Mariah's gonna take that money. Mariah's gonna take the money. But
my friend used to give Mariah Carey tennis lessons, and he told me she's the most unathletic person he's ever seen in his life. And
that's one person I don't care about meeting at all.
And then when she was so bad, when she came in, she'd run out every single tennis court so no one could see her play.
I mean, have you seen her dance? It's pretty bad too.
No.
She can't dance. Like there's like funny videos about her not being able to dance. She can't dance. All right, make us some money, Uncle Rico.
All right, so the first bet, Miami Dolphins +4. I know the Niners have a high DVOA defensively defending the pass, but if you just kind of look at it, they've only really played one team that's a good passing team, and that was the Kansas City Chiefs. Mahomes threw for 417. So I think they're really going to struggle to stop Waddle, Hill, and Tua. Tua is 69% ATS against the spread as a dog. Kyle Shanahan's 39% ATS as a home favorite. So I think the Dolphins are a little live here. I don't think the 49ers are going to be able to stop them defensively. And if you're getting that number 4 is really key because, it could be 24-27. Next one, Saints +4. Tom Brady has really struggled against the Saints ever since going to Tampa Bay. He's 1-4 ATS against them, only throwing for 245 yards per game, and the Buccaneers are only averaging 14.6 points per game. In those contests, 2 games, they actually failed to score a touchdown. Looking at Brady playing for the Bucs when he's a short favorite, he's only 1-5 and 1 ATS. That's 16%. I think the Saints are going to beat the Bucs, and then they're actually going to catapult and they're going to win the division. So what you want to do is you want to take the Saints +4 and then put a little money on the Saints 11-1 to win the NFC South.
Whoa. And you must have read my mind. I was really going to ask a question about that, about who do you think is actually going to go into the division playoffs and stuff like that. Wow. So the Saints, huh?
Well, like I took the Falcons at 25-1 at the beginning of the year. So like I'm taking the Saints here. So I'll have two teams. I think it's either one of those two teams. I think the Buccaneers are just too banged up and their defense isn't anywhere near what it was last year.
You think it's too late to get on the Atlanta train?
Yeah, because they're like 7-1 now. Like I got them when they're 25-1. So the ROI is gone. You kind of missed the number, so there's no point in doing it.
Okay, so right now you want to get the numbers on Saints.
Yep, you want to play the Saints at 11-1, and that is at PointsBet.
Okay. I'm remembering this because guess what I'm going to do when I get off? I'm actually going to put my bets in. And Eric gave me some really good bets last week. Well, from watching the show. And I won. So I'm making money. See? So we're okay. Okay. All right. I don't have a player anthem because that's Elena's thing. And you know what? What's a Spice song?
Spice Up Your Life by the Spice Girls.
That's it.
That's the thing. Okay. Players anthem has just been announced. All right, we're getting ready to close out. Eric, where can they find you tonight and on Instagram?
At ETOF21 Sports on Instagram and YouTube. My live stream is going to be live 9 p.m. Central Time.
Okay, and who do you have on today?
I have my buddy Brandon. He is a professional iRacer. That means he basically is a NASCAR driver, but he does it on video games. So he's pretty crazy. He's pretty cool.
We got a question for you, and I don't want to get off until you can answer this one.
You bet on Dalton.
I'm betting the Red Rocket, yes.
Oh, there you go. Question answer. All right, and Brittany, where can they find you?
Turning old, and I don't know. You tell me. Where can they find me, Misty?
So, Blacked Out Brittany will be blacked out this weekend because she is having a big birthday. I don't want to announce the number because I don't think that she's very happy with it right now. But, I mean, 35 isn't too bad. So, happy birthday to Brittany this weekend. She will be blacked out.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm going. I just know that I have to show up at a certain time. So I don't know what's happening.
Exactly. If you follow Dresses and Salted Pretzels on Instagram, you'll be able to follow the whole shenanigans that's going to happen this weekend. And you will get to see Brittany and wish her a happy birthday. You can find me on Instagram at Mizz Paso. That's MIZZELPASO. And we are out. Adios.